Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to the Library Tour of Doom, a protracted library tour, book by book, that Lord Ganesha has thought up in order to test your mettle, in which we're going through every book that I have on my shelf, every book that I ever have had, and all the books on my various e-reading devices. So it's going to take a long time. And today, I'm not usually thematizing the Library Tour of Doom, but today I thought I'd pick a book in honor of the fact that Jason Harrigan has rejoined BookTube. Black Sheep Books is the new name of his channel. I will link to it down below. But I thought in honor of him coming back to BookTube, I would pick a very Jason Harrigan type book, especially since it's been on my mind. I remember it in the way that we do when we think, boy, that was really good. You know, you read it at the time and you think, okay, I'm really enjoying this. And then as months go by and you're reading tons of other stuff, you keep thinking, boy, that was really good. That was really, really good. And this book is an example of that. This is The Book of Magic. By Brian Copenhaver, who might be more familiar to you on this channel because he did a subsequent book to this called Magic and the Dignity of Man about Pico della Mirandola that I loved. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. And it reminded me that I knew this author and that I'd had this book. I may have even hauled it on this channel. And this is just a history of magic in human society, in human literature, in the arts. And it's wonderfully done. Of course, it could be 50 times as long as it is. Magic has a long history with humans. Before there was science, there was only magic to explain anything. And I've read many of those. Colin Wilson, I think, did one. Jason would know better than I would. He's the expert on this sort of thing. I've read many soup to nuts, overview examples of histories of this sort of thing. And quite a few of them I have not liked. Because quite a few of them, at least implicitly, ask for a buy-in of some kind or other. Either the author wants you to buy in that there's something to this. Not only is this the history, but that it's the history of something real. Or they want you to buy into, the soapbox saying, aren't these people stupid? Aren't all the people who believed in this stupid? And I resist that kind of authorial coercion on either end of the spectrum. Of course, I've made the point about books on magic and witchcraft and exorcism and ghosts and whatnot many times before, which is that there can be really good books about things that do not, in fact, exist. There is no such thing as magic. There is no supernatural component to existence. None. And that's what magic is. Magic is people manipulating or perceiving something that is not natural, that does not operate by observable laws, that cannot be tested or analyzed or reproduced in a laboratory by someone who doesn't believe in it. That magic is a sort of open door or an open casement window to fairylands forlorn, to another world that isn't natural, that did not arise from natural causes. And there is no such thing. If there were such a thing, someone, somewhere, would have been able to demonstrate it. And if you can demonstrate it, it's not supernatural anymore. So almost by definition, this cannot possibly exist. But it's a great tool to, as it were, conjure with. And it has provoked some fantastic writing over the millennia. I mean, this is one of the longest, oldest subjects that humanity interacts with. And this book does it justice. It's beautifully written and amazingly comprehensive without being stodgy or overly scholarly. I love that. I knew that all about this book because it is stuck in my mind. And I was reminded of all of those qualities with the later book, which we will get to on this Library Tour of Doom. Don't you worry, it will happen. So I thought I would recommend this. I had the finished copy. I don't know if you can tell from this picture. The finished copy was a naked hardcover with this sort of ingrained mystical tree on the cover. A very pretty thing that I didn't keep. I sent it to somebody. I would ordinarily say, just without even thinking, that I sent it to Jason, but I think it was before we knew each other that I got rid of it. I sent it away, and I don't have a copy. Never seen another copy at a used bookstore. So I don't currently have a copy. This is an example of the books that I'm showing you that I don't currently own, but that I would like to have. There will be books that I'm showing you that I don't currently own that I don't want to have because I hated them. But this isn't one of them. So there you go. That is your Library Tour of Doom for today. It is the Book of Magic. Of all the candidates that are out there of this kind of book, this one I really recommend. Oh, can you see me filming myself? You can. Look at that. That's me filming myself. How meta. That's my iPhone 6S on the little tripod here. Well, anyway. You can also see Elsa, the squid. Oh, fascinating. Oh, anyway. The one thing that encourages me to think that you could get a copy of this if you wanted is that I believe Penguin Classic bought this as a Penguin Classic the Penguin Classic Book of Magic. So, and that'll have a huge distribution, and that'll be in print forever. So I'm hoping that this is widely available. I'm not sure how available this pretty hardcover is. That's the version I want. I might still have the Penguin, but I'm pretty sure that it was this book that they put in that lineup with their Penguin Book of Witches and their Penguin Book of the Undead and whatnot. But one way or another, it's a strong recommend. And I feel certain, I'm having a little trouble remembering specifically, but I think Jason also liked this. So you get not only my 2 thumbs up, but the 2 thumbs up of our supernatural expert on BookTube. And again, I'll leave a link to his new channel. Because right now, he nuked his old channel. So he's languishing now in like 2 or 3 subscribers when he needs thousands of subscribers. So I'll leave a link. That's our book for today. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Thank you, BookTube.